Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Let's take a look at the world and such and see what's going on. Got all kinds of stuff. So we're going to just rock through it really quick, including, of course, Bitcoin price action. All right, Bitcoin daily view. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. All right, let me make sure I'm not doing something funny here. Oh, there we go. I got to kill this. Boom. All right. Now let's get started. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday. Finally, the scourge of the weekend is over. It is Monday the 16th, 2:39 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. So much going on. We're going to rock through it real quick. Of course, Bitcoin price action. Of course, we shall take a look at that. Look at the big picture here. All right. Bitcoin trading volume today, I dig it. It's at 3.7 billion, so basically 3.8 billion. Not bad at all. Coinbase did not show up for a billion of that action, but good volume above 3 billion. Was a shaky ever since sort of later last night. But Bitcoin's kind of holding its own. It's all about sort of that 30K barrier right now. But with this volume, which is not really high volume, still it's enough to be on the bullish side. Looking at cryptometer.io, it thinks it's 4.7 billion. Now it thinks it's 4.9 billion. So somewhere between 3.8 and 4.9. So probably about 4 billion in real volume. Buy volume is 49%. Sell is 50%. It was a higher buy volume earlier, and this is kind of summarizing the larger exchanges. All right. This is very helpful. Spot trading volume, as you can see the green here, it is up big time today. That's cool. We haven't seen the price action really reflecting, except for a couple alts that have run. But in general, this is wonderful volume. I like seeing it. Not many exchanges in the red. BitThumb in the red, down 27%. But ones that I know of, basically, I kind of look at the top 10. That's really where it's kind of at. Top 15 are good. Anyway, we got good volume. This is wonderful. It's picking up. I can dig it. Overall, the numbers aren't as high as they have been in the last couple of days, but still good volume. It's picking up after a bit of a drop off on the weekend, towards the end of the weekend. Now, as I look at this, it appears that we've gotten above 30 grand again. Yes, Bitcoin coming in at 30,120. I like that. Checking out the top 100, most in the red because of Bitcoin's volatility, but some are doing pretty good. Kasuma, KSM, up like almost 5%. Chain, basically XCN, up 10%. Who else? eCash, ZEC, yeah, basically up like 7 or 8%. In general, the market's kind of recovering. We had some volatility. Bitcoin's been a bit temperamental, but it looks like today Bitcoin has just held the line, and it's managed to not dump, nor is it pumped, but it's above 30K again. I like seeing that. I was worried when it dipped below that. It isn't that high, it isn't that far above it yet. Let's see how it's rocking. We're gonna look at the indicators, look at short time frame, long time frame, etc. 1 day, 3 day, 45 minutes. We'll look at it and just see how things are going. 62% long, 37% short for Bitcoin on Binance, 60% long, 39% short for Ethereum on Binance. I like that mix of numbers. That is a slight long bias. I like it. A couple of tweets from Robert Phoenix here, who you should be following if you're not. I will actually grab his copy the link, put that in the live stream. If you're a tweeter person, follow Robert. He's a great astrologer, and he's been putting out some good tweets recently. He mentioned this one, get the picture, small recall, rapidly expands, 500,000 pounds of Yardbird is being pulled and destroyed. I tell you, what in the world is going on? Also, what a great badass site. Like flag and cross, in God we trust. I love this site. I want to follow that just because. I mean, you have to. Just a name like that. But anyway, a small recall rapidly expands. So as you've noticed, planes are crashing into processing, food processing plants and everything else. They want to kill the chickens because of the basically what I consider allegedly a scam about them having avian COVID or some crap. Anyway, And it's so extreme where like if one chicken in your neighborhood has it and the test is kind of anyway, I won't even get into it. But basically, here's the deal, people. They're killing the chickens. The globalists don't like chickens. They don't want us to have them. So if you've got some chickens in your backyard, keep it quiet. If you want to get some, keep it quiet. Okay, you gotta lecture them and tell them not to like make a lot of noise. All right. Well, and also seriously, get your canned chicken, get your frozen chicken, whatever. Because seriously, globalists don't like chicken right now. It's a deep, deep thing. Okay. If you want to know more on that, go to Ice Age Farmer. Go to YouTube and just search for Ice Age Farmer, and he will give you the horrifying truth on that one. Okay. Well-preserved Iron Age arrow discovered in Norway. This is just badass. It's between like 80, 300, and 600, about 30 inches long. I think that is with the wooden shaft on it, made of sinew, tar, thread, and feather fletching. It's from a glacier in Norway. It's just, I mean, imagine finding that. Wouldn't it be amazing? And it's kind of Mercury retrograde. I kind of like it. It was a eclipse in Scorpio. Talk about an eclipse in Scorpio, a blood moon. Talk about secrets coming to light and things like that. This is very, very interesting. I would love to have that arrowhead. Well, I'm just glad it exists. I don't have to own it. Now, I wanted to share this with you guys because here's the deal, and you gals, because this is right now a revolutionary act. If ever there was something that could get our video, one of my little daily view videos taken off YouTube and getting banned, it's this. Homemade baby formula that is safe, nutritionally sound, and doctor approved. If you're a keto person, this thing is badass. 2 cups filtered water, 2 teaspoons collagen protein. I would not myself personally use lactose, but anyway, not health advice. I'm just reading this out loud. Kind of raw, whole grass-fed, 2 cups raw, whole grass-fed whole milk, heavy cream. Acerola power, infant probiotics, nutritional yeast flakes, cod liver oil, sunflower oil, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, a quarter teaspoon butter oil if you got it. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you what, this would be a keto explosion. I kind of want to make this and start putting it in my my coffee in the morning. Do boobs actually make this? That's friggin' amazing. Anyway, or make something like it. I had no idea. Anyway, and now we crank up the shootings and off to Somalia. Ukraine versus Russia is over. They got their dough. This is something that I saw Robert pointed out in another tweet here, and I've kind of been looking at this. I've been watching how we do seem to be going off to Somalia again, and it's a really, really strange thing. I don't know why. I was actually in NMCB 40. I was a CB, and I was there after Black Hawk Down. Basically, the end of that movie is when my group showed up. And then we secured the area. Well, continue to secure the area. We were at the runway there in Mogadishu on the beach, and at the end of the movie, where you see those guys running down after they ran out of ammo, that's where our base was. And I'm just sort of like a little bit, okay, this is the Ukraine. Okay. Oh, well, here's the deal. So it does look like let me actually make this to go over this part here, where it does look like a Ukraine Territory Defense Forces Azov Steelworks Regiment in Mariupol have reached an agreement to surrender 300 seriously wounded Ukrainian soldiers so they can get hospital treatment. That is kind of cool. I like that. And an agreement is that 2,000 others will surrender tomorrow, lay down their arms. I like this because those guys are just waiting in that factory to die, and it's very, very unfortunate. I'm glad these guys are getting out. It's really a good thing. It makes me happy personally. I was a soldier, and there's no reason to, so far the Russians have been, honoring, I won't say the Geneva Convention because that's a little different. I mean, I know it isn't different, but they have been, if you're Azov and things like that, you're kind of in trouble, have no doubt, but they have not blatantly been killing their, prisoners and such. And if you do surrender, well, anyway, you might spend some time in Siberia, you know what I mean? But you are going to live, and you're not going to be molested and tortured and such. Azov cannot say the same for their behavior. But like Robert Phoenix said here, and now we crank up the shootings and off to Somalia. Ukraine versus Russia is over. They got their dough. It's very interesting. He's got a lot of insight. I'm going to find out more about why he's thinking this, but it is true. What's with the shootings all of a sudden? A lot of them. And anyway, Also, off to Somalia. I'm very curious about why we're going to Somalia. Like I said, I was there. That place is just ruined, and it's really a shame. I was there for 4 months. It was the worst 4 months of my life. It was just friggin' awful. And maybe I'll, if anybody wants to see, let us some show and tell. I'll show you some pictures of all the horror that actually was that is that place still. It's unfortunate. I don't know what they did to the world. I don't know what they have, but that place has been a dump ever since it had a civil war, and it doesn't seem like it can actually get its act together. If you think gas prices are bad, diesel is in its worst crisis since the 70s. This is the thing. This is interesting. I mean, I was too young in the 70s to really know about the gas rationing, but this article is interesting, and it makes a good point here. The commodity fuels much of the economy, including big rig trucks, farm equipment, and industrial machinery. And don't forget the farm equipment. People oftentimes tend to forget it. I was a farmer for a while, and a lot of diesels needed to keep those big ass monocrops running. And every small farm's got a tractor. So seriously, and many farms, especially ones under 10 acres, you're more like smaller organic farm. The fuel price is a big deal. It really is. And just affording a tractor is pretty difficult. Prices hit a record 5.56 per gallon in the U.S., up 76.5% from a year ago. If you're a farmer, especially maybe not the monocroppers, the big ones yet, but especially your smaller, I would say organic usually, or your smaller farms, that's very, very difficult. When I was a farmer, it was only 7 active acres we were farming, if that really. And we did share tractors amongst farmers in the area and attachments and things like that. And that diesel burning tractor is a big part of the farms. And this is definitely insanely devastating. And then if you start actually rationing in it, that's when I think you might actually see the big monocroppers just not be able to do their stuff. And as you all know, Bill Gates is buying all the farmland, and farming is dirty. You should be living on factory-grown roaches. Okay. Anyway, EU draft plans. This is a huge one here. And sorry for all the news, but I haven't been on for a couple of days, and I'll get back to being here daily. But this is a big deal. EU drafts plan for buying Russian gas without breaking sanctions. So here's the thing. What they're doing is they're saying, okay, so we're going to give the money to Gazprom in euros, and then we consider it done. But of course, the contract actually is that Gazprom will then convert it to rubles, and then Russia gets the rubles put into their account. So ultimately, the transaction is agreed upon by both parties, and it is actually the European nations the EU nations will just say, okay, we gave the euros, we're done, we're out, we're not breaking sanctions. But of course, the contract will of course take place, that Gazprom is doing, and then this is when the EU nations walk away from it. But after that, or you should say instantly, it gets converted to rubles, it gets put in a Russian account, and then the oil is shipped. So ultimately, they are buying it in rubles, and this is really awesome. It allows the EU to save face. They can say, well, we're only paying euros, and then we walk away. But of course, then it's converted to rubles, and then of course the gas is purchased at that point. So this is a big face saver. It's a very smart move by the EU and by Russia ultimately, so they can save face. And they can get their gas, and we don't destroy, especially like the manufacturing hub of Russia. I'm sorry, of Germany. Anyway, here we go. EU drafts plan for buying Russian gas in rubles without breaking sanctions. You can see I noted it right here. That is today. So as you can see, the ruble has just been crushing it. This is one sec, sorry, a little slow here. Cotton. Sorry about the little delay there. EU drafts plan for buying Russian gas in rubles without breaking sanctions. And as you can see, kind of a green daily candle there for the ruble. That's our ruble versus USD. So as you can see, the ruble versus USD has just been killing it, doing great. Let's look at the S&P. S&P trades at capitulation risk. This, for the most part, looking at this article here over at Zero Hedge, it's coming in 4,000 is right around the mark we want to be above. Above and below seems to be a big deal. We're out of a kind of dump territory at 4,200, and if we do look, the S&P right now today is at basically it's kind of a Darth Maul doji. It's been up to like 4,041. Down to like 39.84. So anyway, about a Darth Maul doji. Monday is not really starting out super hot for the S&P. Over here, if we look at U.S. oil, U.S. oil spot, you can see it is a booming day for U.S. oil, coming in at 111 a barrel. DXY took a cool off on Friday. It's still cooling off. I kind of like that. S&P 500 is not looking too great. The U.S. Tech 100 red candle today. Gold actually pushing a nice green candle today, and so is silver for a change. So good. Maybe we'll get some bounce out of these metals. Anyway, look at the magic poop cannon. It's struggling to rise above the blue pivot zone and has been rejected by the 200 moving average on the 1 hour chart. So basically, he's looking at the 200 moving average. He wants to get above that on the 1 hour chart. So let's go and look at Bitcoin on that short time frame. Now I'm looking at the 45-minute chart, and we have just recently, finally pushed above that 200 moving average. We're starting our second candle above it, and I dig that. So this is wonderful. This is really a big deal, in my opinion. We do have a downwards moving 200 moving average, but of course we do have a sideways Bitcoin right now. This is something that we see quite often. Is where we see actually do like this. Is where we see, and I think this is really kind of bear territory. I mean, I'm sorry, not bear territory, but whale territory, where you see it start ranging like this. I think we might see a sideways range between like 12, not 27, that's a bit too low. Let's say around like 29,000 to like 31,000, 32,000. It would not surprise me if the whales just start ranging it here, going above and below the 200 moving average. That would really make sense. We'll see how this week plays out, but I like seeing that that it's not totally giving up. I like seeing that we are seeing some upwards push on the short time frame. Let me actually recover my stuff here. I'll see if I can get it back. Darn. Okay. Sorry about that. Bam. Okay. This is my daily chart. Let me actually fix this here. Sorry, I kind of deleted my stuff. And there we go. Boom. I like what I'm seeing here today so far is that we've got the, this is the 618 golden pocket. There's the daily chart. You can see it's been definitely a bounce spot many times. Well, let's just say 1, 2, 3 times kind of. We went into it recently on the daily, but we are making a bounce there. And you can kind of see, I mean, if you're really very, very, very creative, you can almost see that kind of an upwards channel forming here, which is more just in my imagination than anywhere else, really. Let's leave that there for a second. An important thing to note here that I like seeing is this. We kind of are working on a positive daily tangent for the MACD. We'll see if that holds out. The histogram is closing in the right direction. I like what I'm seeing. Let's go here to a 4-hour chart. Once again, you can see that upwards channel possibly. I see it. I think it's a possibility. You can better see this 618 bounce right there. And here on the 4-hour chart, we are just hardly maintaining today a positive MACD, but the histogram is beginning to open up a little bit, towards the positive again. Like what I'm seeing, in general, it's all about, to me, if we can just keep this 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. If we can just hold that, let's look at an hourly chart. Have we gotten above it there? No, we're still challenged on the hourly. We need to get above that. That'd be wonderful. That'd be right around 30,000, about 30,500. If we can keep above that, it'd be even better. A lot of people do watch the hourly chart. I think the 45-minute is a little bit better at showing immediate price action, though. The hour will usually follow. No, they're also doing that great. PAXG versus BTC, not really a trade. Bitcoin's just not doing bad enough for that to actually play out. And that's PAXG versus BTC. It's not really happening, but I'm keeping an eye on it because if Bitcoin does get weak, this might be a trade to get into. APE versus USDT. It's holding that 200 moving average today. It's dipped below twice, but it's just kind of holding it. APE versus USDT, definitely one to watch. This move here, if you look at like 3-minute candles or so, or 5-minute candles, has been pretty abrupt. So we might see a nice move here for APE versus USDT, but it's also going to be above that 314 moving average at around 9.12 before I really call this, a confirmed uptrend. But at least there's something to watch today in the alt world. And other than that, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm glad that you are here. Thanks for being part of the peaceful revolution. And remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. Bye.